start Webmachine, and then start the MySQL driver. And then once application is running, I connect to MySQL. So here I get from the environment, I get the MySQL user, passport, host, port, and so on. So it's, I don't know, for example, Vedran didn't know anything about Erlang, but he can save and lie. But for him, this seemed to, I mean, was quite simple. We didn't have like a tutorial on what was Erlang and what not. Yeah. And my learning was like there are different ways of implementing stuff, and sometimes those ways are really much more simpler than what we do. Of course, it always depends on the size of the project, but we always say, we need an ORM or an ODM or whatever when I just need to run 3 queries. So why I need to waste all my time learning about, I don't know what, when this is good enough. Then the same for that. This code here has a well-behaved application, so I will try, I don't know if this will work, but if I delete, and then I compile, then I can try running a delete stuff. There you get 4 or 5 methods not allowed, just because I took out that. Then I will go back again. I guess it will fail because there is no, this to-do doesn't exist. But if I get it back there, make, now it's not on. But what I really like from this framework, so to say, is like, it's quite simple, it's quite declarative, you see what you're actually doing, you don't have, I don't know, some magic happening somewhere, so you just say, I want to support only get, only post. If I get a JSON, I call this function, and so on and so on. And then something I forgot to show is how the routing works. So there is a dispatch function which has like the path that you are getting and what you call. So if you get like to-dos, whatever, because of the star here, it will call this module. If you don't get anything, we just serve the index, which is to get just the HTML of the page. So we did that because with this file serving thing, we always had to do that. But we wanted a route that didn't have this. So this is what this resource is doing, and then finally whatever else comes to the server will do that. So you can have like matching parameters like in Symfony, like saying this part call it foo and bar and so on and so on. So that's it. I mean, there is no more than that. Then whatever database layer you want to use, that's up to you, and so on and so on. So let me see if I have more slides. So the application is already on GitHub, so you can see the code there, play around, fix bugs and so on. Then if you want to learn more about Webmachine, this is the official wiki. Then on InfoQ there is a presentation, which some slides from here are taken from that presentation by the creators of Webmachine, and Ember.js documentation. So yeah, some slides were taken from Sean Creeves, which is working for Basho, the creators of Webmachine. So questions? What for lunch? So question, Fribourg?
I have one question.
Yeah.
Is there over-implementation of this concept over languages?
Yes. So Webmachine, as far as I know, is ported to Haskell, Clojure, Ruby. Some guys were writing it in Perl. I would like to write it in Symfony. I mean, using Symfony as the base framework have the same in PHP. but mostly I guess it's in the functional language area. Like the guys from Twitter, one of the original, the architects from the API, I think he found a company to do online banking, or banking, whatever, and he created, or his team created the closure port. Then there is even one port in a language that can prove theorems like out your code and so on. But it's mostly in the functional geek area where there are ports of Webmachine. Yeah, Sean created the Ruby port. Any other question? Okay, so I don't know if this is a question or what. No? Thanks. That's it.